Hey y'all, what's going on? This is your boy Wayne right here, y'all, in my crib today with the one and only Nick Richelle. How you doing, Nick?
I'm good. What's up? Shout out to my supporters. Shout out to all my followers on Instagram, SoundCloud, Facebook, Twitter, all that. You can follow me at Nick_Richelle or Twitter, listen the number 2 and Nick.
Shout out to my supporters and my followers as well, man. Mr. Jason Hunter, man. Shout out to Cyber 6, man. That play is gonna be dope. Some information about yourself. Who is Nick Richelle?
Basically, I'm an LGBT artist. All the music that I make, I rap. But all the music I make is geared towards the LGBT community. Just music, good music that you can, ride in the car to. Then you be proud to play out loud. That's what I do. I'm an LGBT artist.
Okay. So, you say you're an LGBT artist. So, can any of the heterosexual artists as well get some of your stuff? Can they vibe to some of your stuff?
Yeah, I do. I have some. I actually try to have music for all different types of people. I have some music where absolutely no, profanity, and then I have music, that has nothing to do with sexuality or sexual orientation, and then I have the music that's specially geared towards LGBT. So yeah, definitely heterosexuals can pick it up as well.
Well, first and foremost, before I continue, can I just say I'm honored to have you here today, and I feel like you catering to the LGBT community is a great thing. I think a lot of the opportunities for the LGBT community is not being represented, so I think that would be a great thing for you to bring forth towards the table. Is there any icons that you look up to?
Oh, most definitely. My idols right now, my inspirations, I would have to say Drake, Kendrick Lamar. Back then, I used to love listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony. But also, I want to say shout out to Helena. She has this website on Facebook, Pound Stud Rappers. I look up to her a lot because she dedicates her time to allow people like me, stud rappers, to post their music on there. So definitely go check that out as well.
Okay. And speaking of checking people out, how can we find some of your music?
Oh man, if you want to find some of my music or some, just be entertained, go to my Instagram. And then I'll have my link posted in my bio. That'll lead you to my YouTube page, also my SoundCloud page and things like that. So definitely just go to Instagram at NIC_Richelle, and that's where all the action is going down.
Okay. Next question for you is, where does the source of energy, where does the source of music come from? I mean, I know for most of us, some things are natural. Is it natural for you, or did you find some energy type source and grab it from there, or how did that come about?
I mean, always, as a kid, I was into music. I'm always listening to music, trying to figure out, different beats and things like that. I've always made up songs. That's just something I used to always do as a kid and a stress reliever. So, I mean, that comes from, it comes from God, I guess. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Is religion a big part of some of your work?
No, not at all. Of course, God is a big part of my work or whatever. I'm not a really religious person. A lot of people may not know that about me. I definitely believe in God, but as far as getting too deep into, religion and stuff like that, I'm not a big religious person.
Okay. Do you have any supporters back at home? Because you're originally from St. Louis, right?
Yeah, originally from St. Louis. I have to rep these three different states. Originally from St. Louis, Missouri. There for like 12, 13 years. And then Hinesville, Georgia. Shout out to y'all. That's about 5, 6 years under my belt. And now I'm here in Huntsville, Alabama. So definitely those 3 states have shaped me into the person I am today. For real.
Okay. That's something new that I've not known about, being the fact that we've been friends for a minute here ever since I moved here in Huntsville. So, I want to say thank you so much for taking me up under your wing and just helping me out along the way as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
Not only that, but for you being a part of my creation as well, my magazine that I have coming out. Some of the supporters know exactly that I am creating a magazine, rising up from the LGBT-based community, but not just only for the LGBT-based community, but just for people in general, combining everything and putting it into one pack to show and just bring everybody together. Unity is the number one quality that I'm really looking for. So, if you had the opportunity to work with a heterosexual artist, who would you work with?
I would work with, like I said, Drake. I would love to work with you, man. You probably ain't gonna see this video right now, but you gonna see this video. So shout out to you. And then also, of course, Kendrick Lamar. His lyrics. He's a true lyricist, and to be able to work with him, that'll be a dream come true. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. So if any haters out there or any supporters out there could compare you to another artist, who do you think they would compare you
You know
to?
what? For some reason, and this actually made me look this chick up. People have been saying that I sound like Angel Hayes. So I'm like, who is Angel Hayes? So then, I went on YouTube. Shout out to her too, because she doing her thing. But Angel Hayes, she's a really good rapper. So actually, I took that as a compliment. So yeah, that's who they compare me to, Angel Hayes. And a lot of people say they can hear a little Kendrick Lamar flow in it. But yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So what separates you from the rest of everybody else? Why should we listen to Nick Richelle?
The reason why you should listen to me is because, I'm not trying to do this just for, the money or anything like that. It's my passion. And whenever you find somebody that's passionate about something, then you're going to get all of them. It's going to be genuine, and you're going to really hear some different things. It'll be very innovative. It's not going to be the same stuff that you're used to hearing. I like to find different beats. That's really what inspired my music, just a good beat. I like to, listen to different beats and just really just go outside the box. I'm not afraid to be different, so definitely that's why you should listen for the innovation.
Okay. Let's talk about some things that could spark up some fear in some people from your music. Like, I spoke to a couple of older women, just to kind of get an interview or insight exactly on how they feel about, just the young generation, because we are in the young generation. And I just wanted to know, like, how would you feel if your music became controversial? Like, are you afraid? Because I think it's a brave thing that you're actually stepping out there and doing something different from the world or what the world is used to. So how do you feel about that being a controversial topic?
Actually, I'm expecting my music to be very controversial. I'm already mentally prepared for it. I'm expecting myself to go really far. I'm a believer also in the law of attraction. It's not religion or anything, it's science. And if you have that big imagination that you're going to go somewhere and it's going to come to you, it's going to happen. So I know my music is going to get big and it's going to be controversial. And I'm actually waiting on that. I'm mentally prepared for it. So yeah, I'll be ready.
Okay. Is there any particular label that you're trying to be up under, or are you trying to create your own label?
I never thought that far. If anything, most likely I would just have to create my own label just to keep, my same freedom, so I won't have to change my, my identity or change my style and the way I dress, or if I find a label that has an open mind enough, like the TDE, if y'all decide to open y'all mind to let a open lesbian stud in there, I'll be there. But that's pretty much it. I like Young Money, but that's not. But yeah, so I'll probably have to create my own label and just find some other creative LGBT artists or whatever to join. That's really what I'm trying to do, is reach out to other artists.
Okay. Now I just kind of caught it when you said to Young Money. That's one of the most popular labels out there. A lot of people have joined. Nicki Minaj, Bow Wow. They're making money. You feel me? So why not them? Like, why couldn't that be your target?
That's just not. We don't have the same. I don't think we have the same vision. They're amazing. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, y'all making a lot of money. Y'all great. Y'all awesome. But as far as where I see myself, I don't see myself under that kind of wing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think our personalities, as far as the music, match. So that's just a preference.
Okay, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Everybody
But
has.
they're amazing, though. If they did offer me I don't know. I don't want to talk too much.
Don't put your foot in your mouth too much, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what do you think about the any of the LGBT people who have gone out into the industry and have changed their entire belief as to who they are? Like, do you think that they're original, or do you think they've been forced to change their ways? Like Nicki Minaj, her whole image has changed.
I heard that big story, about, Nicki Minaj. She used to be a stud or something like that. I don't know. If that's what she did, then hey, that's what she did. I don't doubt anything. If if you're a stud or you're, a gay guy and you decide to, change your image or whatever to get that money, that's what was more important for you in your life. We only live once. Just like Drake said, you only live once. So if that's how you gonna live your life, that's you. It's just not gonna be me.
Right. And why does that matter to you so much to keep this image as as you reach out to your fans and everything? Why is that important?
It's mainly about paving ways. If I can pave a way, matter of fact, I also want to say shout out to Temper. Like, she's real big
Temper
amongst
awesome.
LGBT artists. She's still, herself a stud. Shout out to Jimmy Montana. Shout out to JD Polo. I'm sorry if I messed your name up. And Chinky. They're all. They name themselves the New World Leaders because they're paving ways for, other people, like us. We're trying to have the industry or whoever accept us for us. We're not changing. So definitely shout out to those people. But basically that's the point, to pave ways. So if I do this, then people behind me, younger people, can come and they can do even more. So that's what it's about.
Okay. So it's been the talk of the town. Temper has been an amazing artist. She's got a lot of different videos out there. Shout out to you, sweetheart. I see you doing your thing. I think you work with Tank, if I'm not mistaken, or I could be wrong. Those are some big milestones to feel. So how do you plan on getting the resources to get your stuff out? Besides what we're doing right now, your interview and everything, how do you plan on reaching out to your fans even more? Is there a particular website that we can go and download some of your music if we can't get in touch with your CD? Because I know you have a CD out and everything.
Yeah, definitely. You just keep in touch with me, Instagram or SoundCloud. That's where you'll find my music, where you can download it. And also ReverbNation.com/Nick Richelle. You'll find me there. But basically, what my plans are just to keep doing what I'm doing, keep making amazing music. I get better more and more every time. Well, I get better every time. And then also, we have music in the future. We have music videos that's coming out this upcoming year. Also, I want to say shout out to Chaz. That's like my partner right now, as far as on this mixtape we have coming. And the name of the mixtape is Ingenious Coalescence. And basically, we have big plans, music videos, performances, all that. So basically, just keep doing what I'm doing, and that's how I plan to get more supporters.
And a lot of you don't know, but I just want to give her a big thank you for actually coming to an event that I had recently here in Huntsville, Alabama. It was a fundraiser event that I tried to do here, which turned out really amazing. Working with one of an amazing club owners. Miss Q, thank you so much for just being there and just supporting us in the time of need for that LGBT community event. Just supporting the whole entire community, because there's a lot of people that turn their heads up towards the situation when you come at them with a business plan, but she didn't do that to us. She allowed Nick, and then she allowed a lot of other artists to come and do their thing. So I just want to say shout out to all y'all too for just coming and making that possible. Shout out to my model. Shout out to people that's just been helping me with this whole entire event myself. Me and her, we're both hustlers right now. We trying to get it, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely, and that's just an amazing thing to look forward to. So do you have anybody behind Miss Nick Richelle? Is there a special someone? Is there a special lady or something that has your back?
Of course. Shout out to my baby, Ebony or whatever. I ain't gonna say her last name. I'm bad. But yeah, my baby, she always had my back. Especially when I first started this whole rap thing. Like I said, I've always been making up songs, but when I started trying to serious, and I come out with my flow and I'll be like, baby, listen to this. She'll listen to it and she'll let me know, off top if it really sounds good or not. And that's really how my craft have evolved, how my flow has evolved thus far. Most definitely, yeah.
That's good. Is there any particular song that you have out for her, or is everything just catered to your audience?
Every song that I make, and especially if it's about a woman or something, especially if it's like a love song, I just pull different situations from my relationship. It's not, specifically, I'm rapping to Ebony or whatever. Mainly because I want to make sure that the song captures the emotion for everyone, so they can relate to it. Yeah.
So, building this relationship, I hate to just stay in relationships, but I think that love conquers all, in my heart, So,
Yeah.
how does that make you feel? Do you think that'll change anywhere as you get bigger, or do you think it'll always stay the same?
No, I think it'll always stay the same. I mean, Ebony and I, we've been together for 3 years now.
Wow,
And
3 years?
it's coming on 3 years. We have a few more months till we hit 3 years. And she met me when I was doing pretty well, but then I dropped down to as low that I never thought I could drop, and she stayed with me that whole time. So I mean, I believe that we can get through that. We can get through anything. The world is ours.
Right.
Most definitely.
Wow. Congratulations on that, with you and your relationship. Not only that, so I know we're here in Huntsville, Alabama, where everything is starting and everything is being generated between you, and then I know you got this long distance. She's away from you, right? Okay. Do you see y'all going anywhere else besides here, or are y'all planning on staying here in Huntsville?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Well, I'm not gonna stay here for too long. I got a year and a half left of school. And then after that, then I'll just figure out where we're gonna go. But yeah, we're definitely moving. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you have any other women out there that are trying to get at you while you're doing this? Groupies are always an issue sometimes. But is there anybody else that's trying to pull on Nick Richelle's dreads or anything?
No. They mainly stay respectful. They let me know, oh, you look nice, or stuff like that, and I really appreciate that. But most of the time they're respectful, and if there was ever a woman that came at me like that, I'll make sure I set it straight. Let her know that there's nothing that can go down. But yeah, they've been pretty respectful. I don't think I have any groupies, at least not yet. But they're the women that are supporting me, whatever, they're just really good supporters. So definitely shout out to y'all. Uncertain Minds, Blissful Destruction, all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any support groups that you're a part of, or you have been involved in school?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a part of GSA, that's the Gay Straight Alliance. I think that's an amazing alliance that we have going on at school. We just recently actually had a suicide convention, and I recited a poem that I created, and it actually brought a person to us who was considering suicide. So
Wow.
definitely,
yeah.
Shout out to GSA, Calhoun.
Wow. Well, shout out to y'all, and we appreciate y'all for even being there. Just having that in the school, matters a lot to a lot of kids that do think about peer pressure or bullying, bullying situations, or even suicide itself. I can kind of relate to that. So wow, I mean, I think that's a great milestone for them.
Yeah.
What do you think is a big issue within the society itself with acknowledging gay marriages, or just the alliance itself? What do you think is the issue?
I mean, I think the main issue with everything is the fact that everyone is different. Everyone is opinionated. People, especially now, we have the internet. People are not afraid to get on their keyboard and then express how they really feel about things. And it's always going to be like that. That's why you always have haters. That's why every time you watch a YouTube video, you have, no matter how good the video is, you're always going to have your dislikes. I mean, that's just how it is. So, and then especially if you're used to seeing something all your life, and then all of a sudden we're trying to change the way you see things, people are not going to, everyone is not, good with change. So, especially when they see that we're allowed to get married, allowed to, the military is accepting it and everything. A lot of people don't like that. So they just got to catch up with the times. It's 2013. Get with it.
Right. It's change, like Obama said, right?
Yeah, change. Exactly.
So, are you a mama's girl or a daddy's girl?
Definitely a mama's girl. I call my mom probably at least, I like to say about 3 to 5 times a day. And I'm not lying, like a day. Like I call her that much because I love my mommy. She always have my back, and she look out for me. And when I get big, no matter what, if it's either the music thing or my career wise, she's definitely gonna be taken care of.
Okay. That's great, man. Just to have the support from within your home, your mom's. How did she take it when you first came out? Like, how was that whole ordeal? Like, how did that happen?
I mean, when I first came out, I mean, the initial shock was like, anger and trying to control it, and what are you doing? But now we're at a point in our lives. I mean, I'm an adult, I'm a grown woman, and she's a grown woman. She's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing. She's cool with it now. She knows Ebony. She accepts her. I remember one time I heard her call her daughter, her second daughter. So my mama, she's good. Yeah.
That's good. That's good to have that support.
Yeah.
Is your mama an activist for anything? Does she support the lifestyle now? I mean, I know you
Yeah.
said she's good with the relationship, but does she? Because some parents can be okay with the relationship of who their child is dating, but as far as the whole culture of the LGBT community, because we both know that the culture is extremely huge. I mean, you've got ballroom scene situations from that to from dating websites to sex parties, from sex parties to just, I mean, it's nameless. So, I mean, the community is huge. So, is she okay with some of the stuff that she's seen, or is it just like slowly easing on in there with it?
Yeah, my mom, I mean, she was also like one of those types that's not really good with change, but she's definitely more comfortable with it. I actually find her, trying to learn more things. I remember one time she said something, she was like, "Oh, you talking about that stud?" I'm like, "Mom, where you learn the lingo from? Where you learn it from?" And she was just like, "I know, I'm learning. So, I mean, just the fact that she's getting an open mind and, she's willing to, learn and stuff like that.
Right. So, have you ever been like personally attacked by anybody? Meaning like trying to say that you're trying to act like a man or anything within that stud? Because a lot of people don't understand what it is when the word stud is being used, whether it's in a gay community or a straight community. Like, how do you feel when somebody tries to attack you personally by saying you're just trying to act like a man, and if that's the case, then women should be with men and all the other stuff? How do you feel about that?
That's another thing. People have their opinions, especially they just try to place judgment on things when they don't really know about the situation. I've been blessed to not really have to. I haven't been really faced with a lot of people like that, a lot of ignorant people like that. Perhaps because I'm an optimist, so maybe that's why. But people like that, I mean, that think studs are trying to be men. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there may be some transgenders or whatever, some studs that may actually want to be men. For the most part, us studs, we don't want to be men. And the women that date us or whatever, they date us because they get kind of like both worlds. They get a one whenever we're in the bedroom and we're at home. Take off everything. I'm a woman. She get what she wants, but then she also get that protection and that dominance that a lot of women may crave to have. So.
Okay. And that's a little bit of understanding as to but like we both know that when people think of the word gay, they automatically think of sex. They don't think of the intimacy part of it, which intimacy doesn't always mean sex. You know what I'm saying? Intimacy means cuddling, holding, you know what I'm saying? Being there for someone, listening to someone, catering to their needs, you know what I'm saying? But they don't understand that it's more to it than that,
Right.
I mean, it's a crazy situation, that we have to go through on a day-to-day basis. It's kind of like racism stuff back in the day, you know what I'm saying, where you had to be careful as to what you do, you know what I'm saying, because you didn't want to end up being killed or lynched or something like that because of a simple mistake that wasn't even a mistake, it was just natural, you know what I'm saying. So do you think that we can relate gay situations that we're going on right now comparing to the racism situations back then, or
Yeah,
do you think it's the same fight? Or
yeah, I believe it's the same fight because I mean, just like back in the days, it was like taboo to see interracial couples. But now, I mean, we still have that little issue or whatever. But now it's just like it's more common. It's become more of our social norm. And now that's what we're trying to do now is bring lesbianism or homosexuality. We're trying to create that into our new social norm, so people are used to seeing it. They're not used to seeing it, so of course it's causing conflict right now. So definitely, yeah, it relates to back then, the slavery and stuff. We didn't have African Americans and other races besides white. We didn't have equal rights, and that's what we're fighting for now. Equal rights, equality. So Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so they run hand in hand, you feel?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Okay, that's understandable. I mean, when you're fighting for something that you believe in,
Yeah.
when your rights weren't supposed to be taken from you in the first place, you know, you're supposed to be, I mean, we are all under the God, you understand? So God is in the end of the day, He's the only one that has the last say so, you know, so that's understandable. How do you feel about just being able to express yourself finally, though? I mean, a lot of things have been closed to us, but a lot of things have been open to us. So, like, how do you feel at least being as a woman? You know, women itself, they have, you know, men feel like some women can't do certain things. Like, how do you feel about being a woman in society in general? Like, without the stud stuff being seen, just as a woman, how do you feel about being a woman?
Well, I think I'm really privileged to, especially to be like born during this time. You know, I'm still young. You got people that are like old. They seeing, you know, the change and the possibilities that we women have now, but they're, you know, they're old, so they didn't really get to experience it. So I feel like I'm blessed. The fact that I'm young, I'm vibrant, and you know, I'm ready to make changes. Because I mean, I have a lot of whammies against me. I'm African American. I'm a woman. I'm lesbian, and I'm a stud. So you know, I got a lot of whammies that go against me. But fortunately, you know, I'm living during 2013, where we're really opening a lot of doors for a lot of different things. So.
Do you think that how you feel about other women is a natural thing, or do you think that it's just something that you just picked up one day waking up?
I believe it's definitely natural. I mean, I remember when it first started happening or whatever, I used to try to fight it off because, you know, sometimes it seemed like it's easier just to be straight. But I mean, I'm a big person of love, and so I follow my heart. That's really why I'm doing this music, and you know, trying to keep it the same and be myself, because I don't want to change. I don't want nobody else to have to change.
Okay. Do you think that you could ever change from your sexuality, or do you think, how do you feel about that? Because I know you just said that it was a natural thing, but some people out there feel like you can change. But I mean, in my opinion, I feel like it's something that is natural. You know what I'm saying? That's just like somebody being, you know, when you're first born, you're born your sexuality, whether it's a straight or gay thing. But you don't normally hear straight people saying, "Oh, you know, well, you know, it's not natural," or, you know, "I want to change from this because I don't feel a certain way about it." But do you think that it's something that can be modified?
Definitely can be modified, but I don't, as far as naturally change it, no, because if I were to, you know, try to conform and, you know, date a guy or whatever, deep down in my heart and in my mind, I'll still be, you know, craving a woman. And that's another thing that gets me, you know, you have men that you know, be like boasting and things, say, you know, "Oh man, I've hit a lesbian before. That ain't nothing. I hit a lesbian." You know, if a man, if you hit a woman that claims to be a lesbian, either she's bisexual or she's just somebody that's saying that she's a lesbian and she's not really a lesbian. No man can hit a lesbian because we're lesbians. We don't do men.
Right.
So it's just that simple.
And in clear up, hit up, she don't mean foul. She means.
I mean, I just don't want to say the F.
You're right. Intercourse. You know, for the young minded ones who actually was watching these as well. But we as older people